it, yeah.
I now recognize the gentleman from Ohio, Mr. Rulli.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Miata, you said in your testimony that nearly 800,000 workers in the hotel industry rely on tips. You even joined President Trump on stage supporting legislation to stop tax on tips. So whenever we have a subject, I try to think in my mind how I could apply this to normal, everyday people. And I'm fortunate, because I was raised in retail stores, that my family ran for over 100 years. So I was analyzing different customers that come in and how no tax on tips could affect them. So what I was thinking was, if you have a single mom who's raising several kids on her own, and she's a waitress and she's working hard, or she's working at the casino, and we all see the tip drawer, so like whether you're actually giving tips to them personally or in a jar, however that works out. In my math, I'm thinking $150 to $200 extra a week. That could add up to $500, $600, $700 a month. And here are things that a single mom could do with that extra money in her pocket. She could actually perhaps maybe upgrade her car that keeps breaking down that she's getting her kids late to school with. Perhaps she could maybe take a vacation because she hasn't taken her kids to Disney ever. Perhaps she can even maybe find a better school. She could be in an urban situation where it could be limiting her kids' possibility for a future. There's so many wonderful things that could happen if we could get the cash in the hands of someone crucial like that. And when you think about it, that's why we're all here to support the blue-collar worker. No one, I don't think probably in this room really cares about the billionaires. We care about the average day Joe bag of donuts that's working their heart out and barely making ends meet. So when you think about something like tax on tips, and we know that President Trump was the first one to come up with this idea, can you perhaps talk a little bit about how this could not only affect that single mom that's trying to raise her kid, but other parts of the industry? How deep would this tax on tips break really be for the blue-collar worker? Thank you.
Absolutely, and thank you for that question. I was proud to represent the hotel industry with President Trump at that event. No tax on tips would benefit some 800,000 individuals in the hotel industry, and so we're proud to work with Congress to ensure that all the job classifications in our industry that benefit from tips, whether it's the valet or the bellhop or the housekeeper or the bartender, are part of the rule that's being advanced in Congress right now. It's so important for individuals to take home more of what they earn every day, and that's why we are supportive of that proposal.
I love that. And could you maybe go into a little bit of a deeper dive when you think about the employee and the owner relationship? So like anyone that is a small business owner, and I think we know a lot of the hotels in my district in particular, you have people that actually started in that industry and saved up, and perhaps whoever owned the hotel before them decided to retire. So I know even as a small business owner, a lot of times if there's not a structure within your own personal family, you would look to someone that was running the business for you to pass that small independent business off to. So when you look at that relationship, and you look about probably the #1 problem that an employer has or a hotel owner would have would be employee retention. And we all know that that is such a crucial part of existing as a small business owner, employee retention, because just the cost to get a new employee and to train that employee, while another employee that's at full throttle has to pull back just to make that happen. Does this no tax on tips actually help with employee retention if you're a small business owner trying to get ahead?
We believe it will. I mean, retention is something that keeps our hoteliers up at night because, of course, it's such a competitive labor market right now. But our industry provides a pathway for opportunity. And so in addition to no tax on tips, our hoteliers are continuously providing upskilling and new trainings and the ability for certification so that they can get ahead. 50% of general managers today started out in entry-level positions. So the ability to go from an entry-level position all the way through and rise up to become a general manager or even own your own hotel is the very epitome of the American dream.
Real quick, can you leave us with what is the thought within the industry? Are people excited about this no tax on tips? Is it an exciting thought?
I can tell you that when I was at the rally, the hotel employees who were there were incredibly excited that they get to take home more of what they earn every day.
We really appreciate your time, and with that, Chair, I yield my time.
I thank the gentleman. I recognize the gentleman from New Jersey, Mr. Norcross.